That's how we talking. Every time we go to it was blizzard. It was set down. So that was at home, and I was at home. And so I think today we okay at home. That's part of it. And everything set down like that. That was still on that road. So the reason nobody else wanted to go is probably the only somebody could be in the shop. It was like 2 or 3 guys over there. They worked 3 days in a row. And brother, I'm gonna let you tell the story now. Then I'm gonna tell a quick story when we got together and told you what we did between. So what? 3 miles? I don't think it was 3 miles.
3 miles of hill.
So we had to go down the hill. And I get the coast was shut down. Shut down. When we were on the road, it was no cars. It was 2 black brothers.
Honda Acura, which is now Honda Accord.
And down the road, it was black too.
Support, we got each other's back. And when we say brotherhood, it's no BS with that, man. I don't care. We didn't care if you black, white, Hispanic. Remember, that boy was as country as the Beverly Hillbillies. He made 3rd class over me. And he pissed me off on the ship. However, like I always say to anybody who's outside of the military, me and the military and the boys, we're going to talk crap all day long. You a civilian who didn't sign that other ass contract that doesn't care about us, got the nerve to say something? You know, we're going to put our stuff on support. We got each other's back. Go back and have a beer. You got to figure out what we were talking about before. We are brotherhood, and that's on the ship. If you go to another country, one of our ships, like into that deal, big way or the Indian, he made 3rd class over.
Everybody.
Oh, fight. However, there's some foreigners coming there talking shit. Anybody who's outside of the military, tell me what. So, we got up in the car, and we like to look at this.
What made you call me?
And I'm sure they got lives. They got everybody has somebody that they want to you can leave. You don't need to talk on the stuff you don't walk the walk. You know, that's why I started talking all that crap back then. But real talk is like, that's how we got to take care of our people. Because we can't make watch, man. You cover my watch for me, I'm sick of it. I got something.
How many cars did you get before you got me?
I was sliding. I didn't know about not breaking on the hill. That's like we from San Francisco. I think I hit about 5.
So you, because you stayed on the hill. So I know the hill, you had to hit a couple. Because then we got to our house, we had to go down the hill again. We didn't hit cars. Let me explain like this. We didn't hit cars to damage them. It was like bumper cars. You'll probably bounce off. It wasn't crashing, and then we had to back up and go. So as you would go down the road, you'll bump a car, you'll push over to the left, push over to the right. But we took our time, and we got there. Now, there was one hill we went down, and the light changed. I don't know why the lights were working anyway, but the light changed, and he said, we ain't going to make that light. We went straight through that.
I went straight through it. If I hit the brakes, it would have just been like we've been Dorothy Hamill sliding. You could not control it. That's how bad it was. And don't forget about the black ice.
I know, right? It was white ice, because everything was covered in snow. And it was the snow was probably about 6-7 inches deep, and we were the only car. The police ride scooter, the boathead. We didn't see nobody out there. It was black guys in a black car riding on white ice and snow going to the base. And it probably from my house to the base, I would give it 3 to 5 miles, I guess. And when we got there to the gate, that Japanese guy walked out and he looked at us and he said, "Nope, what's this?"
It's snowstorm. It's closed. Bro, we gotta go to the ship. Here's our ID. No entry, nothing. Who has base?
So they open the gate up. We get to the boat
at night, and it's like, yes, we gotta get to the blue gate.
Yeah, from my house to the base.
We gotta get to the blue gate. This is my CPO. We gotta get there to watch. Like we call blue gate. Yeah, blah blah blah. Hear that signal?
But the coolest part was when we walked in the shack. They looked up. And they were beat. down. I'm talking about no sleep because there was so much going on, traffic coming in, stuff going on. So we got on the boat. We went up to the shop. No, we ate first. The people at the galley, they were like, "I'm not, we don't go." I was like, "We drove in. What you mean you drove? It's open." I said, "No, it's not open." I said, Gavin came and got us. We came in. They were surprised when we walked in. So we ate. Then we went upstairs, and when they heard the combination, they was looking at it. We opened the door up, and it was like Christmas for them. They looked at us and they saw. They was like, "How did y'all get here?" I said, Gavin came and got us. He said, "Hey man, one team, one fight. Y'all been here 2 days, going on 3 days then." So we didn't even have to have duty. Our duty day wasn't even that day. So he called me up. He was like, "Look, man, let's go relieve you guys." So we went up, relieved them. They were so happy. They were like, "Dude, we going to bed. We've been up here at this shack for like 3 days now." Because the traffic was coming in and they had to get it. It was all this emergency traffic because of the storm and the weather and stuff. So they didn't have to go to sleep. So we came in and we started working. And like I said in the last video, God showed up. And that day the sun came out and everything started melting. So by the end of the day, they finally got, Gavin said, they finally got a chance to go home to their family. And they said, "Hey, the place go back up." They took off. People started coming in. By the time the change leadership got in there, they were like, "What are y'all doing?" They told them, they were like, "Hey," they came and asked me. I said, "I'll still be at home in bed," which I was bored anyway. So I'm glad he did came back. So I said, "I'll be at home bored." But Gavin came and got us. Here we are. They thanked us. I said, "You thanking me?" Like, look, I said, "No, it ain't me. You got to thank Gavin because he wasn't said, because I still be at home with my wife chilling." So
what did your face look like when you had to thank me?
That when you build a bond in your relationship, this is the type of thing that you talk about. Is when you look at stuff, when you take care of your people and your people take care of you. I said over and over again, a great leader is an excellent follower. You can't be a leader if you're not a follower. I have students right now that teach me stuff. I give a like video game, and I like my grandson video game. About 12 years ago, I had a student come in, and Gavin, I'm talking about, they took a test and they were passing like this. I said, "How did y'all pass these tests?" They said, "This day we play video games." I was like, "What?" They said, "We go in, we play video games, we know how to do cheat codes, all the stuff you teaching us, we know how to do it." So I was like, my grandson was 6 or 7 then, and I didn't have to play video games. After they taught me and told me that, I let my grandson go play video games in college. Dude is a mathematical genius. He loved math. And playing video games. Never knew that it would have that impact. People have taught me and trained me. Just the other day, I got my video screens now, and they got a yellow tint to it. One of my students was sitting there, and I went by his PC, and I looked back, and I looked at it. I said, "What's wrong with your screen? You need another screen?" He said, "No." He said, "This is the new blue tint they got for Windows 10." I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, this light right here, it won't hurt your eyes and stuff." I said, "Let me see." He would have showed me, click, click, click. I did it on my screens, and I did it at home. It's got a yellow tint to it, and I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. So you listen to people say, you try to tell them, "Oh, you don't tell me what to do." That's the problem. That's why we said before in our last video, it's not the thing. It's the people in the thing that makes you want to bust them out upside the head and catch them in the best of you.
I can ship it. Don't let the ship take a roll. The mean knockers will take you. Oh, yeah, the Navy's a great place, no matter what branch it is.
Yeah.
Okay? You can talk all you want. We can say who got calluses on their thumbs, they got back problems from sitting down. So I can't do nothing unless you take the damn boss's great job on top of my head. It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood.
Do you ever regret coming in?
Hell no. From the first day at boot camp, when they put me as a child runner because I was looking like something from Abbott and Costello, they got me from that position because another person came in who was bigger than me, and they paired us up.
Explain to me what is a child runner.
A child runner in Old Dark 30, you have to get up for breakfast. You got to get your whole platoon up, your group up, whatever you want to call them at that time. And one person has to run all the way down to the mess hall / chow hall and hold the position. The earlier you get there, you get the front line, which gets you in first. The later you get there, you're in trouble. And you think you got 30 or 4 platoons up in there that want to eat lunch, that want to get up at Old Dark 30. So the child runner goes down there and holds a place for the group.
Where you do boot camp at?
Sandog.
Okay. What year?
90.
Okay, so you came in. You was there when probably Lucho was there, then Lewis. I went through it in 86. So I went through boot camp in 86.
That's school, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we was maybe.
Now, do you remember Fred?
Fred.
The type of
machine.
Yeah, the machine that locks up when you got to type. Did y'all have Fred there in the 90s?
Oh, the teletype machine.
Yes.
Yes, I had to go to Guam for training on that. Bro, I thought I was going to be a radio man, and they put me on a teletype machine. And I mean teletype like click, 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 click.
Me and Barry talked about it before. He got remediated for a week, but I got remediated for 1 day. I got the easy test, but no special character, just a paragraph. He said he qualified, and he had all the shifting and stuff he did, so he qualified on that one.
I was the repair. I got to climb under there and reset the gears if a gear is sticking, because there's no spring in those things. It's a gear.
Yeah.
And you got to
when you went to the school, did you have to type on Fred to get your qualification?
No, this was OJT. You got to repair Fred and make sure she typed.
No, but so when you went through A school, did you go to A school? Or did you strike radio man?
I struck radio man, and they sent me to Guam to work on Fred. The teletype machine that we had up on the top deck that we barely used unless we were doing testing.
So you didn't come in as a radio man. You struck out a deck.
Oh, I never came to this deck. They put me in radio man.
So did you go to San Diego at radio man school?
Yeah.
So did you remember Fred typing over?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the schools because
I
got Juan.
Yeah.
Fred. Yes, we played with Fred a little bit.
So did you quantify your 900 functions? You had to because you graduated.
First 3 times, no.
Okay.
No, I was used to typing because I was studying. Back then it was called word processing, so I could type up at least to 60 a minute.
Okay.
I had to get up to 90.
Yeah, that's 900 functions. Yeah. So that's 900 functions without making 5 mistakes.
Yes. Yeah. The girl, the arm, no, I can say arm, I didn't wait. But the petty officer, she had told me what was going on, and she said, "Slow down. This isn't speed typing." And I slowed down, and she's like, "Boom! You see, you passed already." But it took me 3 times to do that, frustrations and everything. And she just said, "Slow it down."
So she was your instructor?
Yeah.
He had a old fat out of state first class that he was mad because they let him stay in to retire, but he was upset because they wouldn't put him in khakis, and so he didn't care. We had people switching seats, so you'll get up and go get the test, come back, and then you'll switch seats with people. I didn't do it. Barrio said some people in his class got caught and they got kicked out because they was cheating. They kicked them out of school. He said about 4 or 5 people got kicked out for that. They never did us because the first class he was just lazy and he didn't give a care, so he didn't do anything. So they got over because I had one friend. They went from 300, 400 functions to 17 to 1800 functions, and he didn't care. He just served and said, "You good? You good?" I'm like, dude, Stephen Wonder could see that dude cheated, man.
He can't certain time. He just want to pass you through school. But see, here's the fun part. He got to travel when he wanted to go to different schools.
Now I got a question for you. Did you go to Tijuana?
The Donkey Show. No, it's true.
Is it?
It's true, bro.
I never went. I heard about it, but I never went.
I remember it. It was the night we graduated. This was before we found out we were hearing about Desert Shield.
Yeah.
And we graduated, so we all, kick boots. We got our money. Our boss was sitting down. What you guys going to do? Everybody said, we're going to go get. I'm going to leave that part out.
Yeah.
And if you can long enough, you know what you're going to be looking for. We tell them we're going to Tijuana. We're going to Mexico. He said, inside, go see the Donkey Show. We didn't believe in the Donkey Show. He told us. I guess you need to. You will have a new respect for women.
No, you don't.
It'd be like what Fred Sanford said, y'all talk all that lip. You need to think about something that goes from the size of a dime to the size of a watermelon.
Don't go to Donkey Show, man.
Yes, you'll never forget it. Now, here's the other part. The show ended at a certain time. You had to be back over in Cali.
Yeah.
At 12 o'clock, not 12:01.
Oh, you spending the night.
And they tell you, do not get caught on the streets of Tijuana at night. If you got some girl and she's decent and she says, here, stay here tonight, listen. Because they will keep you over there, sell you, because they figure the government is going to pay for you. They ain't paying for you.
Yep. So what he's saying is, about midnight, the border closes at midnight. So you can't get back in the States. So he says in California, you ain't get back in the States. So you're in Mexico. At midnight, they shut the gate, and it don't open back up until 6 or 5 or 6 o'clock the next morning. So you out there from midnight until the next morning. Some people, if you're a group of you guys, you're safe, you're good to go because it's a group of you all there, and they got cameras there. So the mafia ain't scared to come up. Sometimes they come up there and snatch you up, but most of the time they won't because they got cameras right there looking and seeing what's going on. But if you're single, you're in trouble because they pull up in the truck and snatch you up, bro, with the camera, wave at the camera. You go on some deal, and they're gonna use you as kidnap to try to get money from the government for you. So look, we both get money. And a lot of people used to hate us because the military had a line that you can go through and go straight through because we already been documented, so we good to go. So we will run through, and it's been, I don't know if you ever happened to you, Gavin, but it happened to me several times where I'm running like O.J. Simpson through the airport. You make it in, and this dude get ready to close it. I'm like, no, I'm American. He said, get it, and let's go running, brother, trying to get up to that gate.
Well, that Fat Boy program paid off when they was at the border, and they always got somebody there waiting because they see us running. I look like a fat boy from Usain Bolt. It was like 3, 2. We was pulling everybody. We didn't care who it was. If you had a uniform, we snatched you. That's the brotherhood we had. Yeah. We'll talk later on the boat.
They open, and like somebody coming, man, you standing in the gate. They're like, you gotta move, you gotta move. You try to hold the gate open, man, you better run. Oh. Then they push out the way, and when that gate go quick,
that's it. We try
around, get back in the taxi. You better go find a safe haven.
Take up the dress white.
Take up the dress white. You gotta be in school the next morning. But you definitely in trouble. Your Tijuana days are over, brother, for at least 2 to 3 weeks. It's a So when you left, Blue Ridge was your first duty station?
No, my first one was going to be the Midway.
Okay.
They were decommissioning it, and they said, "You want to stay out here?" Which I said, "Yeah, give me a ship." He said, "Blue Ridge," and I should have known when they said Blue Ridge. And I was like, "Yeah, it's a comp ship. I'm a radio man." He said, "Yeah, it's a bullseye." I was like, "I'm me." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." You got Command 7 Fleet on your boat. You got big bullseye like they had in MASH. We had a 3-star armor. Oh, bro. They put us on and they told us that LCC stands for Long Continuous Cleaning. Look at his face. Many nights, he knows, yeah, I'll tell you now, many nights, you know how Clark used to put us out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had to clean it so much that we ran out of stuff to clean it. And we had to use AFFF to strip the decks. That's active firefighting foam, which is now we finding out was very cancerous.
Yeah. They got lawsuits out there now, so you can apply for it.
Yeah, I'm working on that now. They try to tell you got to take it. Have you used it past 10 times? I said, 10 times on our ship?
That's in one day.
They'll tell you, they had to strip it so bad it was bad. We pulling up the coffee.
Yeah. We stripped the deck so bad in one of the blue towels that it went all the way down to the ground. And they had to go in there and tear up the blue towel and put new blue towel down because every day we would strip and wax. Then you get the buff out there. Then you got to go through with the rags and get the little dust bunnies up and stuff. It was all for a man that walked across the floor less than 5 seconds. Walk. Get into his whatever, disappear.
I was out there when he did it. That was like, and I was on the floor. People, I was lowered in a snake stomach. Him and his entourage walked through. And I said, walk through the captains, everybody. And he walked up to me, and I'm down there still struggling. He says, how you doing, sailor? I told him, I'm lowered in a snake's belly today, Chief. And somebody just, I said, yes, Chief. And I looked up, and I couldn't see the stars for the bars. And all I could do is just go, Chief. Nobody's on the deck. The only thing I can think of is say is, okay, sir, I'll be going to Captain's Mast, big chicken dinner, disrespect to the senior officer. And they all started laughing. They said, Rollins, the deck's so beautiful. Sorry we had to walk on it. I'm like, sir. Thank you, sir. They were cracking up. And last captain up, Pike says, Rollins, calm down. It's just a minute. You're doing an excellent job. Thank you, sir. Guess what? They made us restrip the deck again. Because his footprints go across it. We had to do the whole thing again. Couldn't say nothing.
So when he leaves, he'll have another deck that he can walk across.
The other side, remember when they had to alternate?
Yeah. All right, we're going to stop because he's getting upset.
Oh, my God. That was,
All right, we appreciate y'all again. We got one more. He got some more stuff to get off his chest. The next one just going to be random. We just going to talk and ramble for a minute or two. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next part.